Hi there guys, and welcome back for another video tutorial. This time we're going to be taking a look at Emby, setting up Emby on EmbER. Now Emby is a media server very similar to Plex, so if you saw my last video you'll be quite familiar for what we're going to do in this one. But it's got a few differences. I personally prefer Emby over Plex. You can see here on my screen I've actually got it set up already, and I'm running one of my favorite skins, the Arctic Zephyr skin. It's a really beautiful skin. It's made up using the extended info and skin shortcuts add-ons to give it all that extra metadata and produce its buttons, but it's really well put together. Kudos to the developer. But as you can see here, I've got all my movies laid out. TV shows, and we can have a look at info on each TV show and everything like that. It just works really great. So like I said, this is connecting to my Emby media server in the background, and if we want to play a video, basically what it's going to be doing is just like with Plex, it's going to be pulling in the video file from the Emby media server running in the background. I'm just going to stop that video there. So right, let's jump right into it. What we're going to do is take a look at what it takes to set this up. Hold tight 1 second, and I'm going to do a factory reset on this box and we'll get started. So like my last video, I'm demonstrating this on the ARNU Box Mach 10, which is running a custom version of our EmbER firmware. One of the benefits of the ARNU Box system is it's got its proprietary CLOUDWORD system. If you are running the ARNU Box firmware, you can pretty much skip to the end of this tutorial by entering in the CLOUDWORDs that are on your screen now. The first one will be for installing the Emby software to connect it to your Emby server. If you want your skin and layout to look like what I had just shown you just before, then you can enter the second one also. Remember to run a reboot of your box after each one of those CLOUDWORDs. But let's get stuck into it. So this is on a fresh install of EmbER. In fact, what I'll do is I will select my skin as Confluence here. Alright, so here we are, Confluence. What we need to do is go over to System, down to Add-ons, and just like in our last video, what we're going to do is install from repository down to EmbER, and first of all install the program add-on Easy Advanced Settings. So we click on Install. We also want to install a repository. I would just check for updates. Should be in here. Here we go. That's the one we want. The Kodi Emby add-ons. So click on that and click on Install. We'll leave the rest for now, go back out of there, and first what we're going to do is have to tweak the advanced settings. I didn't really explain this in the last video to deal with Plex, but the reason why we have to adjust our advanced settings in EmbER is because by default EmbER is compiled to clear your library whenever a library update is executed. The way these add-ons work with both the Plex add-on that we dealt with, Plex Kodi Connect, add-on that we dealt with in the last video, and this one, Emby, they actually replace the database that Kodi uses with their own that's a mirror, or almost a mirror image of what's on your Emby or Plex server. If we then go ahead with Kodi and clear the library or clean it, you're actually corrupting the database. So we can't do that. We have to disable this feature. While this is useful for most people who are just running, Kodi as a stock standard, what you'd normally use it for, in this case it's actually a bit of a pain, so we're going to have to disable it. So we go head down to video library settings, video library, and then down to the clean on update, and we just have to set it as false. Oop, sorry. Press the wrong button there. So we then have to press the back button a couple of times till we get, 3 times till we get back to here, and click on write XML file. We'll see a notification down the bottom. It says that that file's been created or saved, and then we're good to go. From there, what we need to do is actually this time, as opposed to the last time, we actually need to do a reboot of the box in order for those advanced settings to come into effect. With the Plex add-on, we didn't have to worry about it because the Plex add-on forced Kodi to reboot anyways. Emby, you'll see, does not. So what we're going to have to do is before we get to configuring the Emby add-on, we're going to actually have to restart our box. But first things first, what we'll do is now come back to our add-ons and install from the newly installed Emby add-ons repository. Just click on any one of these. Again, it'll install all of the required add-ons. But if we go down to video add-ons and then click on Emby and install, it'll install the add-on for us. Then what we're going to do is head down to our, or if you just want to pull the plug, that's fine on EmbER. You won't have too many issues. But once you see that Emby's been installed, like it popped up just then in the bottom right hand corner, I'm going to go down and do a reboot. What we're going to do now is take a quick look at how to set this up using CLOUDWORD on the ARNU Box system. I've done a quick factory reset and we're back at the first run wizard again. We could put in the CLOUDWORD here if we wanted, but instead, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to actually just go through and finish this, let it reboot or restart Kodi, and then go over to Programs and enter in the CLOUDWORD as if it wasn't actually your first time running the box. You can, of course, run this CLOUDWORD from that first run wizard, but for the purpose of this video, I'll do it this way. So we go over to Programs, CLOUDWORD, and like I said at the beginning of this video, the CLOUDWORD is simply embybasic. Hit done. It'll take just a couple of seconds to download and install that. And then, this is important, yes, we must click yes on restart. The reason why we have to restart is because that CLOUDWORD included all the patches to things like our advanced settings and all that stuff that we had to set up manually before the first part of this video. And in order for Kodi for that to come into effect, Kodi needs to be rebooted. So here we go, we've rebooted Kodi now. And once it's started, we should see a pop-up like this. Now this is perfect. For some of you, when this pops up, it will have detected on your network your Emby server. For me, it hasn't. And basically, what I'm going to show you, I've got here, this is my browser on my PC. You can see here, I've got it set up. It's got my movies and my TV shows already in it. Now, if this screen comes up on your ARNU box or on your Emby installation when you've got Emby installed on it, all you have to do is come down to this is on your web browser. Come down to Manage Server, and you'll see here your local address. You want to get your IP address from this. Now you notice that on the ARNU box side of it, I'm going to just pop this up the top here. On the ARNU box side of it, you can see that if I go down to manually add server, you'll see that the port number is already added, 8096, but my IP address is not. So I need to pop in the IP address of my Emby server, which was 192.168.1.25. Then I go down to connect. Then you'll get the login screen or sign-in screen. If you have, in the previous screen, if you had when it popped up, it had automatically detected on your network what IP address it was, and it had given you the option to just click on that. Once you'd clicked on that, this is the screen that you'd get. So now we're at the same. This is the conjunction of the various steps. Now what we have to do is just click on whatever account we want to sign in with. I'm going to sign in with Josh. I'm going to set this so this will probably look very familiar as the Plex Kodi Connect. The Plex Kodi Connect add-on is actually based on this add-on, so this part might look familiar. We want to click on add-on, and I do not have a music library, so I'm going to skip that part. And then it's signed me in, and it's going to start pulling in all of the information. So let me just hide my web browser, and you can see now it's gathering information about my movies and my TV shows. I'm actually going to fast forward this part, and we'll take a look at it at the end and see what it looks like. Alright, and that was our scan. It's now complete. What we now have is a synchronized database between the Kodi database that's running on this box on EmbER and the Emby server database that's running on my server. You can see here I've got now TV shows and movies added into my library on Kodi. We can go into our TV shows and we can see them all there, and we can go into our movies and see them all there. And if I click play, just like it did before, it'll actually be playing it streamed from my server. I will just come along here and switch us back to Confluence skin, so we can take another look at that. Yep. And for you non-ARNU Box guys, that's probably what you'll be seeing. Something similar to this. I'm not going to show you the setup process to get you back to the skin that I was running before, the Arctic Zephyr skin. The process for setting that up took a fair amount of time. But for you guys that are running the ARNU Box, you have your CLOUDWORD system, so you can always just pop that in there and you'll be up and running in no time. But for now, that's it. If you liked this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more about things like this, then subscribe. If you have any ideas of future videos that you'd like to see some walkthroughs on, just leave them in the comment section below. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.